Hello, everybody. Today, let's talk about branding. All right. Welcome. This is the Growth Academy podcast with BJ. I'm your host, BJ. The mission of this podcast is to share with entrepreneurs the knowledge and the tools needed to properly position their brand and to market themselves in a way that would appeal to their ideal customer, basically. So we hope this is our very first episode. We hope to really impact a lot of entrepreneurs. We want people to really understand the things needed to become an entrepreneur in this day and age, because there are a lot of people that don't know. They see it as something that there's no roadmap to find a way. You understand? So we're going to be clarifying a lot of those things here on this podcast. So I guess let's begin. Today's topic is, what is branding? So a lot of people want to brand themselves. They wonder how do they go about this? How do I brand? How do I begin to position my brand in a way that will make it look a certain way to appeal to a certain kind of people? So we're going to try and demystify most of those things right now. So the touch points for the topic, what is branding, basically be, first of all, what is branding? 2, why branding is important, right? We'll also learn common misconceptions with branding, right? And then we'll learn about the applications, how you can begin to apply the process of branding. You understand how you can begin to position your brand, whether it's your personal brand as an entrepreneur or your business, right? So let's dive in. What is branding? So branding, a brand is a reputation a business has in the mind of the customer based on how their interaction with the business made them feel, right? I'll take that again. A brand is the reputation a business has in the mind of the customer based on how their interaction with your business or your brand made them feel. So we can put that in simpler terms. I'll use an example from Marty Newman. The definition goes like this: a brand is the gut feeling a customer has about a business, right? How the person feels, how your brand makes them feel, basically, is a brand. So it's not let's address the misconceptions now. It's your brand is not a logo, right? Your brand is not it's not the colors. Your brand is not the number of the deliverables you get from your graphic designer, right? Your brand is the way your brand makes people feel, the way your business, your interaction makes people feel. So there are different touch points to this. It could be from your staff to your the tone of voice you use, the colors, the kind of design you use, your marketing terminologies, the things you tell people. You understand? If you're positioned as an authority, right? There are a lot of things to help carve out a reputation for your brand, and we need to pay attention to the different aspects of a business when we want to try to portray a brand in a certain way. Like, you cannot say that your brand is an elegant brand, and then you have members of your staff that are very tacky or very let's say, ill-mannered, right? You have to have staff, people that represent the brand, re-echo the messaging, right? The tone of voice, the message, the reputation that the brand is trying to build through its services and its interaction with its customers, right? So why is this important? Why is this important? Well, this is important because if you do not have a certain plan on how to control the reputation around your business, you can end up really hurting your business in the long term. Let's say you don't focus on a certain part of your business. You just put all your attention on one aspect. It's going to make your brand or your reputation not be consistent, right? So if your tone of voice in your marketing and your messaging, right, your colors, everything is supposed to be playful, fun, comic, right? And then someone interacts with a member of your company or a representative, and then they're grumpy and they don't match what the brand is trying to portray. That particular person or group of people your staff have interacted with over time would really end up with a very, very different reputation of your brand, right? So you want to make sure you re-echo your brand values through all aspects, right? Anywhere your brand is being interacted, whether it's a print, whether it's copy, whether it's someone from your brand, whether it's an advert, whether it's a product that they get, your brand reputation, right? Your brand reputation, you should find a way to make sure you carve out that reputation through all these points. So only then would you say that you have really, really created a brand. So so I guess let's jump into the application, right? Okay, so the fourth, we're looking at applications of branding, right? How do you start applying branding, right? Because we know what a brand is. A brand is, like Martin Newman would say, gut feeling, right? Gut feeling a customer or a client, you understand, has about a product or a service or a business, right? So how do you begin to do that branding? How do you begin to create that reputation, get people that gut feeling to know, oh, this is an elite brand, this is an elite clothing brand, oh, this is a good tech company, this is a green tech company, this is a innovative company, this is a green company, you know, like, and I'm using a lot of green and tech but you get what I mean. Like, I'm trying to, how do you start building that reputation? So first of all, it has to start from within. You have to do a lot of internal work, right? You have to write down your mission and vision. What is your mission? What do you plan to achieve, right? What's your vision? Like, how do you see yourself going about achieving this thing, right? So you have to write that down. Also, you write down your values. What are your values? What are the attributes you have, or the attributes you want your business to have, right? It has to be something you can maintain, something that it's a part of you, right? So from this information you want to you can now say, okay, this is my mission, this is my vision, right? It has to be a thing of service, right? So from your mission and vision, you can carve out who you want to help, right? Okay, these are the kind of people that would need my help on my mission. These are the people I'm catering to, right? And then from your values, the tone of voice, the kind of temperament, I think, yeah, that you want to use to, basically deliver your messaging and all. So with that, you know who you're helping, the kind of voice, right? With that, you can build your reputation. Okay, this is what you do, this is who you do it for, this is how you communicate, right? Now, with that brand, with that kind of reputation, right, you also have to deliver on what your service is, or what your product is. That's important. But all these other things also are involved in helping the reputation of the brand. So doing all these things, making sure your messaging, right, of who you're helping, how you're helping them, the wordings, right? Okay, you've already carved out a space for yourself by doing that already. So doing that's how you brand. So just to recap from the beginning, right? We have first we said what is branding, but before we got there, we had to know what a brand is. And we said a brand is the reputation a business has in the mind of a customer based on the interaction with the business, right? So building that reputation basically through different strategy is branding, right? So why is it important? It's important because you need to be able to properly articulate what your brand is about and not leave it to the hands of others, right? As others meaning maybe your staff or any other variable that might be playing the business model, right? Okay, so the next thing was misconceptions. A brand is not a product, it is not a logo, it is not the colors, it is not the different marketing channels, right? Like we said, a brand is the reputation a business has in the mind of a customer based on the interaction that customer has with the business. Or like Martin Newman would say, it is the gut feeling a customer has about a business. Okay, so the fourth thing, right? The application of branding. How do you apply branding? And we said first you start inward, you start by gaining clarity, right? You write down your mission and vision, you write down your values, and then from those mission and vision, you know who you want to help. From your values, you know the kind of voice, the tone of voice, the temperament of your brand, and use all that to build your reputation. And over time, you continue with your messaging, using different touch points of your business, different touch points where the customer would interact with your business as a means to further iterate or articulate what your brand is about, or how they are or they can be of service. So I hope this was very helpful for those who are confused about what branding is. So yeah, so we'll do this every week. We'll drop nuggets like this every week on this podcast. So please stay tuned, subscribe. Yeah, that's it. Stay awesome, guys.